How's about we talk about something messy, embarrassing, and sometimes it can make you feel like you are all over. What am I talking about? Mistakes. Hi there, my name is Sophie Sitole, your life coach, business coach, motivational speaker, and your mentor for the youth and young adults. I'm passionate about helping you brighten up your light that already exists. In today's video, we're going to be talking about mistakes. Yep, they can sometimes be embarrassing, frustrating, and also sometimes they can just throw you off where you feel like you just want to stop whatever that you're trying to do and not continue or maybe retry again. So today I'm just going to give you a few tips and tools as to how you can maneuver and work around mistakes, because whether we like it or not, they are definitely part of our lives, and news for you, they are part of our growth as well. In the meantime, I'm just gonna ask you to go in the comment field and tell me what is it that you're gonna do with your life should you decide to view mistakes in a different angle. Tell me, how different is your life gonna be in terms of your personal growth if you decide to view mistakes in a different angle? Right, let's get down to it. Mistakes are part of our lives, and in most cases, whenever that happens and we can really say it's a mistake, we feel embarrassed and we feel like it's even sometimes hard to just admit that I have made a mistake. So if that's the case, I'm just gonna ask you, how's about you say I found a way that didn't work instead of saying I made a mistake? Because whether we like it or not, there is a lesson within the mistake that just happened in your life. Whether you're trying something new, relationships, personal growth, or even in friendships, mistake can happen. The next thing that can happen when a mistake happens is that it can make you feel uncomfortable. So instead of running away or avoiding that discomfort, it's best if you just maybe try and figure out what is it that moment is trying to teach you, because definitely there's a lesson that's coming out of that situation that just happened that we can call a mistake. So rather than running away from it, just take a moment and ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? And then get the lesson out of that, and you'll definitely run with it and do things differently. The next thing that you can do is that you can just make sure that you don't mix your identity with mistakes. So if you try to separate these two, definitely you'll be able to view mistakes differently. What does that mean? So in most cases, when we do mistakes or when a mistake happens, we feel like it's our fault, we are failures and all that, whereas you're not a failure. It's just that had to teach you a certain lesson. So instead of identifying yourself, rather your identity with mistakes, it's better to say you are not a failure, but that incident happened so that you can learn something out of it. So that way you will not be linking your identity with mistake. The next thing that you can do is to make sure that you build from mistakes. So if you take actions from mistakes so that you can build further, you will be doing yourself a great favor. Just remember today that I told you that when a mistake happens, there's a crack that happens in your life. So that crack is supposed to get light inside your life so that you can see better and see clearly, so that you can move forward with the lesson that you're taking from that specific mistake. The next thing that you can do is that you can just make sure that whatever lesson that you took out of that mistake, make sure that you implement it in your life. because there's no use having a lesson but not being able to implement it in your life. The best thing that you can do is what is always my favorite, journaling. So write stuff down to say, this is what I've learned from me doing this like that. And then next time you're gonna take a different action and make sure that you achieve your goal from the lessons that you learned from yourself. First-hand experience is always the best. So once you've learned from your mistake, you take the lesson and make sure that you implement it in your life. Definitely you're gonna achieve your goals and dreams. It's just like me. When I started out with my events, the first one that I did, I made a mistake, or I used a method that didn't work so nicely by starting to invite people to my event like 3 weeks before. Yeah, right, I know. So I learned later on that it was a very short time and people didn't have enough time to prepare and plan to come to my event, because by that time people have plans already, people have planned their month already. So I learned better to say, next time I need to at least invite people like 2 months before so that they can have enough time to plan. So that is the lesson that I learned from the method that I used and didn't work. So now I'm using a different method and I can say for a fact that it works wonders. So with that said, I'm just gonna conclude by saying, make sure that you don't link your identity to mistakes. Instead, learn from them. Don't call yourself a failure. Make sure that you go and implement the lessons that you've learned, because that's how we grow in life. That's how we become better selves in life, by taking lessons from each and every event that happens in our lives. With that said, I'm gonna ask you to please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to the channel. Remember, you can shine brighter in out.